Today, I can give you my word. If you actually watch this video till the end, you have no problem booking 100 appointments a month, starting from next month on your web design agency. And I'm gonna share with you everything with proof, because I didn't just do it myself in my web design agency called Systemic Ascent. I've done it for an agency partner, Tariq. We have an agency together called Media Lift. He's getting 6 appointments a day minimum just for him. And his closer is getting around 5 appointments a day. So in total, he's getting about 10 appointments a day, which is 200 appointments a month. Devin, he just launched a client acquisition system I'm gonna talk about in this video. And after 3 days, he got to 4 appointments a day. And actually 4 appointments a day, if you can calculate, because this 4 appointments a day is consistent. There is no point of us getting 4 appointments and just getting 1 appointment tomorrow, right? When I'm talking about 4 appointments a day, that's consistently, right? So if he's just consistent with 4 appointments a day, that's minimum 120 appointments a month. And as you see here, this is from a recent web design ad I'm launching. And you can see the cost per lead we're getting. Very, very cheap cost per lead. And that's, by the way, that's in the US, right? This is not like in some third world country. And actually 80% of leads that we get from paid ads get turned into booked meetings in our calendar. And now that we get this out of the way, I just want to make one thing clear. Today's video, the knowledge that you're gonna get is not gonna be like send cold DMs or send Facebook DMs or send some cold emails or this, or things that you've heard 1,000 times and you've tried, and you know inside you it doesn't work. The reason people are promoting a lot of these outreach strategies is because it gets views. And for me, I don't really care. If this video get 50 views and actually 3 people applied those knowledge and strategies I'm sharing and got to 100 meetings a month, I'm totally okay with that. So now let me share with you something. I'm an admin of a contractor Facebook business page. And I can tell they're getting about 5 to 10 Facebook DMs a day. And this is how these Facebook DMs sound like. You wanna hear it?
Hello, I just saw a post on your page. You know, I like the work you guys are doing, so I just thought I should reach out to you because I've got this really cool opportunity for you. You know, it's completely risk-free for you as well. If you are taking on more jobs at the moment, just send me a quick thumbs up and I'll just send you over a quick 30-second video that gives you some more.
For me, it's actually BS because as a business owner, I'm talking with dozens of business owners every month, right? You know how they look at you when you send them those like DMs like that? They look at you like a beggar. You have no respect, you've lost authority, you've lost respect right away. Could you land some clients from like sending tens of thousands of DMs? Hell yeah, you can. But the total addressable market of the niche that you're gonna work with is very small. We're talking about tens of thousands minimum, right? That's not a lot. So if you send them just 10,000 DMs a month, like in 3-4 months, you're gonna run out of your total addressable market. And then what? You gotta look for another niche, hit them again. That's the limitation of this strategy. So the limitation is what? You're gonna send a lot of DMs in order for you to get at least some interest. And people, even if they get interested, even if they wanna talk to you, they don't respect you out of the bat. Or if they hop with you on the call, they expect to get some low cost. They expect like for you to work for free and all that because they know you're a beginner. They're gonna pitch 5 to 10 times a day. That's minimum 150 to 300 times a month. Right? So when you send them that voice message or that message, you think you're cool, you're gonna land the client, you actually have a 1% chance of just getting them to message back. I'm not talking even to book a meeting with you, right? So look, if you're serious about scaling your web design agency to $60,000, $70,000 a month, you wanna get those 100 meetings a month, and you follow my content, please stop doing that. If you actually like web design like me and you wanna scale a web design agency past $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 per month, then check out the offer that we have below. So basically what we do is we scale web design agencies to multiple 6 figures using 1 client acquisition system, 1 offer, 1 pricing, and 3 upsells. And basically we take only a small commission out of them. So that means if you don't sign any new clients, you don't pay. Simple as that. So if you want to learn more about it, check out the offer that I have below, and you can check out all the amazing testimonials from students that we help scale their agencies past 10 grand a month. So now we get this out of the way and you understand that cold DMs are bullshit. What we're gonna be using is paid ads. Now the objection that you might have, you might say like, Soufani, I'm newbie, I'm starting out, I don't have the budget to start on paid ads. If you think you don't have the budget to start on paid ads, I want you to watch the last video I made, this one right here, where I explained in details how I've used $300 to scale a web design agency to $20,000 a month, just from the 1st of April till the end of April. So just last month, we used $300 budget from our pocket, invested in paid ads, and that helped us scale an agency to $20,000 a month. That sounds ridiculous, I know, but if you want to see a breakdown of exactly how we've done that, I want you to watch that video till the end. The trick here is what? Like, of course, in paid ads, you're gonna need more than $300. You cannot scale an agency to $20,000 a month with $300. But the $300 was just what we invested out of pocket in order for us to scale that agency to $20,000 a month, right? So you invest, let's say, $300. That's around like $30 a day to $40 a day on ads. Usually within like a week, you should be closing a client or 2. Those clients will pay you at least like $3,000, $2,000 each. Let's say you walk out of $4 grand with these 2 clients. Now you have $4,000 budget. Now you can basically spend ads from that budget and you're not actually spending ad spend from your own pocket. I hope that makes sense. So right now I want you to understand is that there is no reason for you to be spending ad spend from your pocket for more than 2 weeks. If you're actually following the same strategy I'm doing and you spend an ad spend from your pocket for more than 2 weeks, you're literally doing something wrong. So right now you need to understand, you just need to reverse engineer and do the math. In order for you to do about 100 meetings a month, you should do about 4 meetings a day. I know 4 meetings a day is 120, but in order for you to have that worst case scenario, you should shoot for 4 meetings a day. Now, in order for you to get about 4 meetings a day, you should be getting about 7 leads a day. 7 leads a day for the cost of $12 to $15 per lead. We give 4 meetings a day, which will get you 100 meetings a month, which will get you from $20,000 to $30,000 a month in monthly recurring revenue in your first month of running your web design agency. So how do we get there? First of all, as I said, we start from paid ads. But you need to understand right now in 2025, when it comes to paid ads, it all comes down to the creatives. So we have a creative strategy that we follow because right now the problem that a lot of you guys do is you give 1 or 2 or 3 creatives to Facebook and you think that's it, that's enough. No. Right now in 2025, the more creatives you give to Facebook, the more you increase your chances to find one creative that would basically blow up, and this creative will give you very, very cheap meetings and will help you scale. So now how do you go about it? So now we divide the creative by the hook and body and call to action. Inside the hook, I need to call out the ICP, the ideal customer profile. So if I'm working with painters, I should call out painters right away in the hook. That's very important because that's exactly how you tell Facebook who you're running after, right? As I said, we're not targeting anything inside Facebook, we're leaving the campaign broad. But if you basically don't call in exact ICP in your ad, especially in your hook, Facebook doesn't have any clue who you're targeting. So it's very important for you to make it clear who you're targeting. Second, I want you to share a wow factor testimonial on the hook. Testimonial example could be like, hey, here's how we helped our land clearing contractor client get a 37-acre land clearing job worth $1,250 per acre, which is around $37,000. So if you're a land clearing contractor, you've seen that ad and I'm sharing with you that testimonial on the hook, you're going to be mind blown right away and you're going to have that wow factor. I'm going to basically grab your attention and you want to listen to the ad till the end. That's the goal for the hook. So right now inside the winner creative, we got to call out the ICP. We got to have a very good risk averse, share testimony, have a no-brainer offer. And also our call to action, we should add urgency to it. An urgency that I like to use is like, hey, we actually work with only 1 client per every 300 miles. If you don't actually move on and fill out the form now, you might not find the spot open later. That's just an example of an urgency on the call to action that you might use. Right now, the creative strategy that I'm following internally is what? I would have about 5 hooks and 3 bodies filmed out of every niche that I want to work on. Like I'm not going to have anything less than that. Why? Because with 5 hooks and 3 bodies, I can have 15 ads right away, right? 5 multiplies 3, those are 15 ads. Like hook 1, body 1, hook 2, body 2, hook 2, body 1, you got what I'm saying, right? And out of that, I can tell because I have calls with web design agency owners all the time. And I can tell you what makes a huge difference is number 1, the niche. Most of you guys are working with broke niches that don't understand the value of the website that you're offering them, niches that don't have the money to pay you, and you think you're doing something wrong. Second, you don't know how to script those creatives because no matter what I say, if you don't know how to script good creatives, you're just gonna fail and you're gonna have those very, very expensive cost per lead, which is not reasonable for you to run any ad spend, anything like, hey, pay that doesn't work. And actually for us, all the web design agency owners that you're seeing that worked with us, like the one that got 4 meetings a day, the one that actually closed their first client after their first lead from paid ads, all of them, we script their own creatives. Like they don't have to script it. There is no guesswork because I understand there could be like a make or break for their whole client acquisition system. So we don't want to risk them having the wrong script. So right now, do you understand the importance of scripting those creatives very well? Now, usually what's going to happen, you're going to have around 15 ads at the end, right? With those 5 hooks and 3 bodies. Usually what's going to happen, you're going to put 6 to 7 ads in Facebook right away into one campaign, and Facebook is going to allocate the budget to the winner. So you're going to leave Facebook the choice to allocate the budget to the winner. And now what's going to happen is out of this 15 ads, you're going to find about 3 to 4 ads at winners. The rest is just going to flop. And these 3 to 4, they're going to win for some reason, right? Probably because you've shared a crazy testimonial, you've had like a social proof, you've had a crazy risk reversal, you've had an offer. There's a lot of variables that you could add in these creatives that would cause this creative to outperform the rest. Now, what we usually want to do is we want to study those creatives, those 4 creatives that are winners. We want to compare them against the loser and want to see what are the variables that made those creatives perform very well. If that's the testimonial, we're just going to amplify more on that. We're going to add more testimonials on the hook. If it's risk reversal, we're going to amplify more on it as well. So now that we get this out of the way, the mistake that I see a lot of people making, let's say you have very good creatives, you know how to script, you have 15 creatives, you follow everything, right? The thing that I don't want you to do, I know like you've seen a lot of YouTube videos that like, hey, create those AI UGCs, right? Using HeyGen, using like Arcads. Like, of course, that's good for service delivery, but for your own agency, like, trust me, if you create creatives with AI, you're gonna fail. You might get some leads. It's not gonna be as good as creating the creative by a human because people can like right now smell in the air it's an AI and like, because if you actually don't put your face where your mouth is and you actually like people, for me, like it's a big red flag. If I see an ad and it's an AI instead of a person, it's a big red flag, especially if I want to work with this business and I want to trust them with my own money, right? So now that you understand that, after that, you're gonna basically create new creatives every 2 weeks. max, you're gonna keep bumping those creatives. Because if you have winners and you have a very costly lead and you think you're gonna keep those creative for years, no, you're mistaken. In order for you to keep a very costly lead or your costly lead down, and you want to be profitable on top of your funnel on Facebook, you want to create creatives every 2 weeks. After that, you solve the creatives problem. You got leads, you got 4 meetings a day, you're getting 100 meetings a month. Next, you didn't solve all your problems, still have a lot of problems, still have a show up rate problem. Because if you do nothing about it and you think those meetings that are booked in your calendar are gonna show up right away, like on a Zoom meeting without you having no automations, without you having no system in place in order for you to increase show up rate, you're gonna fail. You're gonna get like those 20-30% show up rate. You're gonna wonder like, what are you doing wrong? Probably like pay that does work. So after you solve that show up problem, you gotta have a dialed in sales script, because if you don't have a dialed in sales script, for me, I'd prefer to have like a closer right off the bat, because that's his job literally, and I can take the time out of my day to work on the business instead of working in the business. And I can take the time out of my day and can work actually, you know, optimizing the business, optimizing the backend and scaling and having that 30,000 feet top view instead of actually me working on the business, doing ads, closing, doing service delivery. I'll be like a slave to that business. I'd rather have closers, and that's gonna be their job. So I'm gonna guarantee at least I'm gonna have this 30 and 40% closure rate. So that's the end of the video. Hope you got enough value from it. And if you have aspirations to scale a web design agency past $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month, and you wanna get like all the web design agencies that we're working with, 4 meetings a day, 100 meetings a month, I want you to check out all the interviews that I have below with all the web design agencies that we've scaled past $20,000, $30,000, and even $50,000 a month. See you soon, cheers.